Hey everybody, be Phil, welcome back to Neopets, the Darkest Faerie Let's Play. In the last episode, we did some chores. We did some chores, we got a package that we're supposed to deliver to Meridell, and we got a sword. This episode, we're going to be exploring Farm Road. Before we do that, there's something right here. We're going to see what that is now. How come he looks like Froggy Toad from those Frog and Toad books? I'm sorry, he looks so much like Frog and Toad. Just look at him. And apparently the thieves kind of look like frogs too for some reason. I always find that funny when he does that. It's just so ridiculous. Yeah. But a big issue though, as I said anyways a lot in the last video. I know the correct word is anyway, but I just kind of tend to say it anyways for some reason I don't know. And why is he laughing? that was just weird. Anyway, what are you supposed to do? You're just supposed to fight them and what? That it. It really doesn't matter who you attack. You just need to attack one of them. And I'm actually not doing so. Oh, there. Actually, it is over because you never see him anywhere else in the game, ever. So, yeah. And here's another cutscene, so I'm gonna be quiet.
Thank you. No, I really mean it. Thank you. It's about time someone showed those bandits a thing or two. Let's see. You deserve a little something for your effort.
That's not necessary. A true knight
knows when to accept an honest gift for your trouble here. It may not look like much, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Remember never to take it off. It's a very special piece.
He's actually right. That units could end up being important later in the game. At least in the story, as far as the actual game is concerned, it's not really important. But I'm not really going to see anything more about that. The weird thing is, in some cutscenes it doesn't even show him wearing it for some reason. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a glitch, or they were just too lazy to edit it. It's just kind of like that for some cutscenes. Anyway, this is where they teach you about modes, as I was talking about in the last episode. He gives you a light boat. Or you could just press the down directional button. And for some reason, he just kind of ends up reappearing out of nowhere. No explanation for this whatsoever. He just cuts up reappearing out of nowhere. When you kill him, however, you get a red jumpy. Red jumpies they're health items. If you eat them, they can restore a little bit of health. Now that we're done with that whole thing, we're gonna start exploring Farm Road. And trust me, there's a lot of things to do here. A lot, so this may or may not be a long episode. Here, if you talk to Claire, you plays hide and seek. 5 minutes. It's a prize, but it's not worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it at all. You get motes, but you see how it says like 100 in the motes we have? Well, the motes she gives, they're only worth 1. Yeah, it's not worth it at all. Not worth it. These trees are jumpy bushes. If you cut them down, you can get juppies sometimes. Didn't get any though. I think I should explain what purple jumpies are. Purple jumpies restore magic. That you only really use magic whenever you use modes. You can equip the mode to your sword and it becomes about to pattern up. I'll just kind of explain what the beggar was explaining here. Let's go talk to her. There's gonna become a bunch of side quests in this area, but they're all worth it. You really should do all of them, except I did see that's not worth it. Freshing? Doesn't she mean thrashing? Maybe I'm wrong, but doesn't she mean thrashing? No, I should warn you. This is actually a little tough. Early in the game, this is a little tough. There are flower monsters. Those are the tough ones. Right here, it's a spore monster. These things could be a little bit of a pain in the beginning of the game. It could. Yeah, as you see there, I'm running low on health, and I'm gonna use some red jumpies. Basically, what these things could do, they could explore flower monsters, and they could slow you down for some reason. They were a pain. Luckily, I dealt with that one easy, even though I ran low on health. But it can be a little tough if you don't know what you're doing. After you defeat him, however, the rest is easy. You just got to get rid of the rest of the flower monsters. And wow, I just got completely lucky there and got a starberry. You could get. Sometimes you can end up getting lucky, just get various items from enemies. They could be completely random. Starberries, they're basically an upgraded version of purple jumpies. They restore a large amount of magic. I just kinda... How did I get a nurse? Weird. If we just got rid of all of them, yeah, as you said, you could get money from enemies too. You could get all sorts of things.
Hooray!
if you go and talk to Farmer Tessa, she gives you a 4-leaf clover. You can find 4-leaf clover. I never really exactly did get what they do. It just bring you luck, but I think a book says that it allows you to get more motes. You should still collect them. And I'm trying see if I can get any jumpies because I need health items. There are 2 more side quests to do. There's one there's one side quest there, but I'm gonna save that for last. There's normally the side quest. You go talk to this guy, and there are crocobacks. Basically, what chocotas are, they're a great version of red juppies, and these are crocobacks. They're basically weak enemies. They're not hard at all. Here we go, Chocato. Yeah, they taste like a chocolate-covered tomato. Though they look nothing like a tomato. Really, basically, what you do is just kill the rest of these crocobacks. It's as simple as that. We'll kill all the crocobacks. They're really. Oh, I think I should mention one thing about crocobacks. They can steal your items you have equipped. Which not even equipped, but they could steal like your red jumpies or your purple jumpies and stuff like that. I should mention that. Here are just a few Chocato bushes, though you're very unlikely to get any because there isn't much. Let's go and talk to him again. I like how he jumps like that. And guess what he gives you? Another Chocato. Yeah. And there's one more side quest to do. But there's a few jumpy bushes. I'm gonna go and cut them down real quick. You get used to purple jumpies. I already explained what they are. They restore a small amount of magic. If a good strategy for cutting down bushes is for Zeus spin attack. You want to cut down any bushes you see. You want to. It'll be really useful. By the way, just later, you can press the triangle button to use items you have equipped. I'm almost done cutting down bushes, don't worry. Before we do side quest, let's go talk to this guy here. Peter. I don't know why they spelled it that way. It's just, I guess it's kind of Neopets way, I guess. And wow, I didn't realize that these things can go rogue, but I'm not gonna bother cutting them again. As he said, Vegas, they can cure poison, and this will be good for you because we're gonna be encountering a poison enemy really soon. Let's go in and talk to Farmer Addison, and we're gonna be doing the last side quest here. I say this for last because this is just kind of an optional area, really. Really, throughout the game, there's these optional areas, but you want to visit all of them, you do. Because they'll be worth it. They could teach some really useful things. What those things are, I'm not gonna say. but you want to go to every optional area there is. You want to. In case it wasn't obvious by now, there's spiders in the cell, and we're gonna enter here. Here, this is the root cellar, an optional area. If you break the barrels and stuff, you can get all sorts of items, unlike the barrels in Tor's Farm. Right here, we have a spider. They're really easy. And by coincidence, I just got a light boat. Maybe it was Clover? Oh, no. And apparently I can't break that. 2 red jumpies and a baggage. For some reason you can also break those web things. We could enter that area, but we're not. Just can't do that. Mostly we could do that, but not yet. If you break this barrel, it contains a spider. I got nothing now. Wouldn't it make if it just be, but wouldn't it make sense for spiders to come out of those web things? Like, look, you could see a spider right in there. I would think it makes sense for one to come out. If you go over here, there's something you can get, but by pushing this crate. Red jumpy. And guess what? Another freaking spider. They're everywhere. This barrel contains something special. It contains a rock boat. A rock boat is basically an upgraded version of a leaf boat. It's a stronger version. Well, I think I should note that you can also equip boats to your armor, and your shield, but we don't even have a shield yet. And if you go in here, there's a spider. There's also a giant spider. These things are tough. I mean, no, they can't hurt you much, but they can take a while to take it down. They really can. So in case of that, there's a chest here, and look what they give you. They give you a potion of power. It makes your attacks more powerful. If you want to use on Jetspur, be my guest, because it could take a while to take down it. There's also another enemy, a poison spider. These can poison you. That's what the baggers are. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. For some reason, giant spiders can slow you down. These things can take a while to take down, even with the combo attack. Once you take him down, you get a new kind of mode, a fog mode. Yeah. There's a chest right here. Throughout the game, there's these chests, and by the color you can tell what. No, because it's sort of a bluish green, I guess. It means you have to equip the fog mode. And then what you have to do is hit the lock with your sword, and then it opens. And here, you get a treasure map. Another thing throughout the game. Throughout the game, there's these treasure maps. If you follow them, they lead to the buried treasure. They contain all sorts of useful things. They could contain boats, money, and some other things. I'm actually going to show you Shadow Glen treasure. This is actually an area we're not going to be able to go to yet for a little while. So it'll be a while before we get that treasure. And we're pretty much done with this area, so let's climb the ladder back up. And let's go and talk to Farmer Addison again. How could you tell? You weren't even inside. Could you? Are they so loud you could even come from outside? I don't know. He gives you 100 Neo points. And now we're done with that. This episode's almost over. Let's go ahead and leave Farm Road. Now, I think there's something I should point out. See that peg up there? It's probably gonna end up nagging you throughout most of the game, but you won't even be able to access it until much later. And even when you do finally get to access it, it's kind of worth it, depending on the situation. But yeah, it's not really worth it. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. You should still do it, but in the end you'll just kind of find out that it was for nothing. And here we are in the Morrodale outskirts. We're getting close to Morrodale, and for some reason we have two crocodiles here for no reason. Let's just go ahead and take them down. Okay then. And here, there's this guy, Prince Torin. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Yeah, Bandit stole his golden rose. The episode's almost over, but there is a little place to explore right here, and then we'll be done. Oh, I think I should point this out. Pets. If you have one, they kind of increase your stats. I think the dog, I think it increases attack. I'm not completely sure. I don't really use them. You can use one if you want, but that's it. You'll have to keep on constantly feeding it jumpies and stuff. But if you do have a pet, don't feed it Bagus, because as Peter said, it tastes awful. Though it doesn't really affect you. You could still eat. Here, there's kind of a clover bush, and if you run around a little bit, you can find a four-leaf clover. There's a lot of these. And here is the entrance to Shadow Glen Woods, the place where the treasure is. But we can't go in there yet. We will later, but not really for a while. Anyway, I think we're just about done with this episode. This is the place. Oh, here's some starberry bushes here. This is the place leading to the place where the golden rose is, the bandit caves. Next time on Neopets Circus Brew, we're gonna be doing that and maybe reaching Morrodale. See you guys then.